Alright, so what's up, everyone? Welcome to my quarterback tier list. This is going to be my tier list, of course. I'm going to be ranking the quarterbacks in the league, all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So yeah, let's hop right into it. I'm going to explain the rankings. I think you all know what the rankings are, but S is like the absolute best. A is an A, B is a B, C is a C, D is a D. If you guys ever been to school, you know what these grades are. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So yeah, let's get the easy ones out of the way first. Actually, let's put Tom Brady in the S, Aaron Rodgers in the S. Who else? Russell Wilson S. Philip Rivers S. Yeah, I think that's it. Drew Brees, of course. How did I forget that? S. Yeah, that's it. Let's get a couple more out the way. Easy. Josh Rosen deserves D tier. We need to see some more from him. He had a pretty average rookie season last season, but he didn't have any weapons, so I can't blame him for that. Sam Darnold is also going in D. Same with Sam Darnold. He didn't really have any weapons. He didn't perform that well, but we need to see more from him until we actually judge these players. Josh Allen. Same with Josh Allen. Didn't have really any weapons last season. We need to see more from him. Yeah, I think that's it for D tier. James Winston, not a good quarterback at all. And Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is a rookie, so he doesn't really count at all. I'm just gonna put him in D tier because we need to see how he performs this season. So yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty. Andrew Luck is going on my A list. Andrew Luck is a great quarterback. Andrew Luck can carry a team to a Super Bowl with the right amount of talent, with the right amount of support. He's a great quarterback. Had a couple of injuries, had a couple adversaries. But overall, he's an awesome quarterback. He can throw with the best of them. He can compete with the best of them. And yeah, that's why he deserves to be on the A list. For me, Andy Dalton as a C quarterback at best, in my opinion. He can win games at times. He can perform well at times, but he really isn't consistent at all. You can't depend on him at all. And yeah, I think that's pretty much. Andy Dalton is the easy one. He's an easy C. No really question about it. Baker Mayfield is going on my B list. A lot of people would want to put him on the A list, but I think the Browns, of course they started off bad with Hugh Jackson. They fired Hugh Jackson, then they went on the run. But we need to see more from him. I don't want to overrate Baker Mayfield too early. That'll be unfair to him. He's a good quarterback, but I don't want to be unfair to him. We need to see another season for him until we actually know what his skill level is. Right now he's a B, which is pretty good for one season and only going 7-9 I think they went, or 6-8, something like that. 6-9, not 6-8, 6-10. But yeah, we need to see more from him. Ben Roethlisberger is going on A list. He's not an S. He's too unsafe. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's too unsafe with passes. He can give you a lot of interceptions. He can give you a lot of touchdowns, but he can throw a lot of interceptions too. He's been involved in drama lately with Antonio Brown, leadership issues. So the whole Steelers team has been involved with issues. So, and yeah, they missed the playoffs last season. Which, if you're on the S list, then you better make the playoffs. I think all of them make the playoffs. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl. Oh no, Aaron Rodgers did not make the playoffs, but Aaron Rodgers is on the S tier, no question about it. He's a great talent, probably one of the best in NFL history. Cam Newton is going on the B list. Again, he missed the playoffs last year. He's had shoulder injuries, shoulder issues. He hasn't really proven much. To me, he did good early in his career. I think he won MVP early in his career as only a rookie, or second year actually. I think he won MVP in his second year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. But he hasn't really proven that he can be an elite passer, and in order to be a good an A tier quarterback or an S tier quarterback, you have to prove that you can be an elite passer and in clutch moments. He's a great runner. No one doubts that. Everyone knows that, but he needs to prove that he can do other things as well, not be one-dimensional with his running. Carson Wentz is going on my A tier. I know he's had injuries. I know people call him injury prone, but I think Carson Wentz is probably the most overhated quarterback in the entire league. Yeah, the most overhated quarterback in the entire league. Now, People call him injury prone. People call him trash. And only 2 seasons ago, I think everyone forgets that he was the best quarterback in the league. Yes, best quarterback in the league in the 2017 season. He was he was insanely good. You can go to YouTube after you finish the video. Go to YouTube, type Carson Wentz 2017 highlights, and you'll see for yourself. He was the best quarterback in the league. Even though Tom Brady won MVP because Carson Wentz got injured, Carson Wentz was the best quarterback in the league by far, in my opinion. And even he threw a quarter. I'm sorry, my language is messed up. He threw a touchdown on a torn ACL. What other quarterbacks have done that before? I don't know. You tell me. I know Phillip Rivers have performed on a broken leg before. But yeah, Carson Wentz, great quarterback. Tough quarterback. He's not injury prone at all. He's not weak at all. He's only had 2 injuries in his career, in his NFL career. I think it was the torn ACL one, and it was the back issue, which was because his offensive line last season was not good, and he got sacked many times. But yeah, he's an A quarterback, of course, and I think he'll prove to everyone this season why he's an A quarterback and could potentially be an S quarterback. He'll prove to everyone this year. You can bet me on that. I'm gonna go a little bit more on Carson Wentz and I'll move on to the next one. But in the 2017 season, Carson Wentz was number 2 in passing touchdowns, and Russell Wentz was number 1. Oh my God, I'm so dumb. Russell Wilson was number 1. Russell Wilson had 34 touchdowns. Carson Wentz came in number 2 at 33 touchdowns. Now think about this: Carson Wentz only had 1 less touchdown than being first, and he played 4. He missed 4 games, and he still was second, only down by 1 touchdown after missing 4 games. So yeah, that's pretty impressive to me. He led the league, and I think he was the best. He was the best quarterback on third down in the league in the 2017 season, and even last year, I think he had one of the best passer ratings. He was the best quarterback in the NFC East, which isn't saying a lot considering that you have Dak Prescott and Eli Manning. But yeah, that's my take on Carson Wentz. That's why he's an A quarterback. I can debate on anyone further if you want to debate with me about it. But yeah, he's an A quarterback. Colt McCoy, no explanation here. A D quarterback. Dak Prescott. This is good. I think Dak Prescott really does. I think Dak Prescott belongs in a B tier, even though I think Baker Mayfield and Cam Newton are miles ahead of Dak Prescott. But Dak Prescott, he can win games. He can win games with his running, especially. He's clutch. I have to admit it. I don't really like the Cowboys, but Dak Prescott is clutch. He can win you games. He's not the best passer. He's not the most accurate passer, but he can win games with the right amount of support. Without Zeke, he did pretty bad. He did pretty bad in the 2017 season without Ezekiel Elliott after he got suspended. But he's good enough to win games. I don't know if he can carry a team by himself, but he's good enough to win games, and that's all that really matters in the NFL. Derek Carr is going on my C list. Nothing really much to say about it. He was but a former MVP. But recently he's not been good at all. He's been really inconsistent. Yeah. So Deshaun Watson going on my B list as well. He would go on my A list. I'm not even gonna lie. He would go on my A list. But last season in the playoffs, he just stunk it up. Versus the Colts, he was bad, and that's all I have to say about that. He was really bad. And he has to prove to me that he can, in big moments, he has to prove that he can be good, and he hasn't proven that yet. Eli Manning on the D tier list, he has been terrible. Deshaun Watson, he had no offensive line. I'm not gonna really hold that against him because his offensive line was terrible, but he performed well in previous season. He was the rookie of the year, I believe. Oh no, he wasn't the rookie of the year, but he broke some records for best rookie quarterback or something like that, or rookie quarterback touchdowns, or rookie quarterback yards in his rookie season. But yeah, he's a great quarterback. Nothing much to say about it. He can be on the A list if he proves to me that he can perform in high moments. But as of now, he's on the B list. Jared Goff is going on my B list, not A list, as well. In Super Bowl, he stunk it up as well. He was pretty bad. And that's just a testament to Jared Goff and the Rams. Jared Goff is not what makes the Rams good. The Rams supporting cast, Sean McVay, Todd Gurley, that's what makes the Rams good, not Jared Goff. Jared Goff doesn't elevate his team. His team elevates him. He's not a bad quarterback at all, but he's not one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's not an A or an S tier quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo is going on my C list. He needs to prove that he can win more games. He was injured last season. I'm not going to hold that against him, but he has to prove that he can be a good quarterback in this league. He hasn't proven that yet to me. Kirk Cousins going on my C list. He's pretty average. He's another type of quarterback where his team elevates him. He doesn't elevate his team. He's pretty terrible. You can look up his stats in the clutch. He's pretty terrible in the clutch. So yeah, that's why I'm putting him on my C list. Same with Case Keenum. He did pretty good with the Vikings a couple seasons ago. And personally, I would not have let him go for Kirk Cousins. I think that was a dumb move by the Vikings. But he's a pretty average quarterback at best. But yeah, he did do good in that Vikings season. Last season, he really didn't have any weapons on the Broncos, so I'm not going to hold that against him. But yeah, the Vikings were dumb for letting him go and signing Kirk Cousins to a big contract. Lamar Jackson is a D quarterback. Now I'm going to put him on C because of his running abilities and his other abilities, but he's not really a good passing quarterback yet. But he will develop. He's only a rookie as of now. So yeah. Marcus Mariota is going on my C list as well. I don't really have much to say about Marcus Mariota. He's a good runner, I guess. He's a good passer at times, but he's just not really that good. Matt Brien got on my A list. Nothing to say about that. He was an MVP. He's an MVP type of quarterback. He did win MVP a couple seasons ago, and he's a great quarterback. The Falcons have gone through some tough times recently, but Matt Ryan is definitely a great quarterback. Matthew Stafford is on my C list. Very average for a player like him. He has a big contract and he's really average. He can perform well in clutch moments, but he's average. He's another player that doesn't elevate his team. He can elevate his team at times, but overall, he really doesn't elevate his team much. I'm going to go through these quick for the last ones. Mr. Trubisky is the C quarterback, really average. The Bears are a great team, but Mitchell Trubisky has to prove that he can take his team to the Super Bowl or the playoffs or a playoff victory. Nick Foles got on my C list. He did win the Super Bowl, but he only had a couple of good games in that Super Bowl run. He's had a pretty average season at best, so that's why I'm putting him on the C list. And Patrick Mahomes going on the A list, of course. He's not on the S list. I've seen people put him on the S list, but he doesn't deserve that yet. We need to see some more from him to put him on the S list. But being on the A list after one season is really good for only one season. So yeah, he deserves to be on the A list, but not the S list just yet. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is just a plain backup quarterback. I'm going to put him on the D list. He has good moments from time to time, but overall he's not really just that good. So yeah, that's my quarterback tier list. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything you would like to change, any disagreements, any agreements, if you like my takes, if you like my quarterback tier list, make sure you like this video. I will be posting this on my Instagram as well, so make sure you check out my Instagram. I always post my sports opinions, my sports analysis, and yeah, stuff like that. So make sure you follow my Instagram and my Twitter. Also, visit my blog in the description, and that's where I write some articles on sports, NFL, and NBA. And stay tuned for more videos on the NFL and NBA. I will be doing another tier list. I don't know if I should do a wide receiver one or running back one or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys comment your thoughts, and that's it. I'm out. Peace.